to this space. So, welcome all to the Know Thyself through Numerology workshop. We are here on this Saturday, and I give thanks because you could be anywhere else, but you're here to elevate your vibration, to learn more, because when we learn more, that's how we elevate our vibration. The higher we elevate, the closer we are to understanding ourselves and understanding the depth of ourself being an ancestor. Our younger version of ourself is an ancestor to us here and the other ancestors, as well as our spirit guides, as well as the fact that we're connected. All of us are connected on this planet through earth, air, fire, water, spirit. So the more you know, the more connected you will be to all that's around you. Right now is Mercury retrograde. Y'all, the technology has been technologying, okay? The words, communication has been off. And I'm like, why are you not getting what I'm saying? I'm saying it very clearly. I understand. Things are happening around us. How are we connected in our space? So let's take a pause to be able to ground. We played a little bit of grounding music for those of you all who are with me a little bit before the start. So we're just going to do a beautiful 4 count breath together. We'll do it 3 times around, and then we'll dive into material just to center our body, center our mind. Gently close the eyes, move the fleshy part of the bottom around if that serves you, to allow your sits bones to be nice and firmly planted. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Feel as though someone's pulling the top of your head by a string. You are present and you are power. Your chin is parallel to the ground. With this 4 count breath, we'll inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4. We'll do that 3 times around and dive in. Inhale slow and steady. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1. Enjoy. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1. Last time. 2, 3. Enjoy your breath. 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Return to your natural breath, the breath that's unmanipulated. Begin to wiggle your toes and your fingertips. Maybe you move your head in a circle, taking whatever wiggles and jiggles you desire. I'm moving my chest forward and back. Listen to your body. What do you need in the space? As we waken back up to being here. Absolutely. I see Sister Emerald and Therese and Shanika and Andrea and Alexis and Kim, Lenora, Cassandra, Terica, Xenia. Welcome to the space. And for those who are watching this recording after, welcome into the space. We're diving in to know thyself through numerology. Any questions that you have, please feel free to come off mute and share them, or you can write them in the chat. It is up to you. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to dive in. For those of y'all who are on the recording and haven't heard, and for those who just joined us here, we need a piece of paper, a pencil, calculator. Situate your sacred space. Okay, so we are going to dive in with our slides. Slide, new slide, duplicate slide, slideshow. Here we go. I see Emerald and Therese off on camera. Can y'all give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen? Awesome. Give thanks. Give thanks. And for everyone else, I am able to see you all, so you can definitely respond via the emojis too, if that serves you. Definitely don't want to exclude anyone. Questions in chat, questions off mute. All right. So this is the monthly workshop series presented by Honor Your Presence, PLLC, of which I am the founder of. My name transverses a lot of spaces, but Andrea Cole is what my mom and dad gave me. Um, and so I'm also go by Andy. So you can call me Andy, Andrea. You see here, Seba Hayat Mayat Herut. Seba is master teacher. I'm a master teacher of the Kemetic Reiki spaces. Hayat Mayat Herut in the Kemetic space means fighting for truth gives me joy. Fighting for truth gives me joy. So that's just something that you can know about me from the Kemetic space as well as from other spaces. My name also is Molachari, and my Equatorial Guinean family has given me that name. So it's important to honor the different aspects of which we are associated with. My yoga name is also Abha. I'm also a yoga teacher trainer. So my I Am Yoga family is here. So our names are so important, which is why we're going to be utilizing our names in this numerology experience. So today's flow, we just grounded and express gratitude. We are going to dive into descriptions of our soul number. These are the three numbers that we're going to describe today. We're only going to go through one number. This is going to be a three-part series because I want y'all to be able to have time, because I want to hear what you have to say about what it is that you find out about yourself, right? Like that's the part. That's how we can dive in. That's how I can shed more insight. So we'll talk about the three numbers that are your numbers: the soul number, the outer personality number, and the path of destiny number. So when you see the path of destiny number, how many people are familiar with life path? Life path. You can give me a thumbs up, or you can share other things with me. So the life path numbers. Okay, so I see people saying, no, 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 no familiarity with life path. That's perfect. I'm gonna grab this book real quick. Excuse me. So life path numbers are something that's more popularized when it comes to understanding ourselves. We won't go through life path numbers, but I did want to create this specific distinction. Life path number and the path of destiny number, those are two different numbers. They both have path in them, but what we will be ascribing today, the path of destiny number, focuses in on one aspect of your life, of your name, of your birth, of not even your birth date, but the birth name that you were provided. The life path number focuses in on your life lessons. Okay, so if you ever hear life path, in this context, it's focused in on life lessons, and we are not going over the life lesson number in this space. But at some point, we will. That could be a part four, which is beautiful too. There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody knows, a lot of people know about it. And so I did want to bring some things that are not as easily researchable, okay, to the space. So we'll guess and calculate our numbers, and we will be able to dive into our vibrational descriptions. You'll be able to see certain things. Okay, so do not mind where this says part 2 of 3. I want you all to know the soul number. This is the number we're going over today. Okay, the soul number comes from adding the vowels of the name. This number that you will obtain is your real personality, the you that is only known to you and those who know you closely. Okay? When you think soul number, think soul vow, soul urge. So your natural urge, what you have vowed to do on this planet, your natural and inherent urge, ultimately. So there are many people that understand and believe that this is not our first time being here on this earth. Okay, so this soul number is the number and the gifts that you have carried across lifetimes. This is inherently who you are, but it's not always so visible to the outside world. Okay. This is what you, your inner secret self, also desires to be and to really broadcast, really. So that's why it's important that we grab onto it. Because, y'all, I found out my soul number and I was like, dang, I do this and all of the things that I'm associated with. It's the putting together of things, right? So here we go. So we're talking about the soul number today, but I do want to present you with the other two numbers that we will will be shared at another point in time. We'll do the calculations for them later. So again, do not focus on part 3 of 3. The outer personality number is the second version of your number. This comes from adding the consonants of your name, where the soul urge, the soul vowel, where the vowels of your name, the outer personality number focuses in on the consonants of the name. Okay. So the outer personality number, it's how other people see you. It's how you come across to others. And why is that important? Because we are all connected, right? We're all connected in these different ways. So that's even why the numerology is so important to understand ourselves, because you coming here, being given your name, was your connection to what these vibrational numbers are, what values you possess that we'll talk about, right? Connection. The outer personality number is how other people see you, how you appear, but is not necessarily what you really are. You can flow through this vibrational number, and we'll dive into examples. However, it's not necessarily what you really are all the time, but it is something you're very mindful of. You're mindful of these different things. So for the outer personality number, I want you to think about this is going to be an area you're incredibly mindful about, like you know, which you will know how you present in certain ways. And it's something you can be very mindless about, very mindless, something that are your blind spots when it comes to this specific number and how you appear and approach people. So your outer personality number is what people expect from you because of the image that you present. The soul number, only adding the vowels of the name, or my Zoom cut out, is the soul number only adding the vowels of your name, or all letters, only the vowels of your name. Only the vowels of your name. Soul number, it comes from adding the vowels of the name. And so the soul number is what we're going to calculate today and have great conversation about as well. And I'll share with you what those vibrations mean. Yeah, great question. Definitely feel free to screenshot. You will all be receiving this recording as well. Outer personality number, the consonants, what people expect from you because of the image you present. The third number that is so integral for us to understand is the path of destiny number. The path of destiny number. Again, don't focus on part 1 of 3. This is for another portion of this time. Path of destiny number is when you take all the numbers. Soul urge, what were your vowels? Your outer personality numbers were your consonants. Path of destiny number takes all the numbers in your names, and we attribute a numerical value to each letter, and you add and take all those values into consideration, the sum of those values. The path of destiny number shows what you must do in this lifetime and what you came here to manifest. It represents your aim in life, the path you must walk, what you quote unquote should accomplish. Because remember, if you're thinking about lifetimes, even in the comedic spaces, we understand that life is eternal. Life is eternal. So, and that could be viewed differently in different cultures. You know, you have different beliefs that believe in reincarnation, right? The thread of this is that when you close your eyes after your body goes away, you then open them to a new experience. How do you live your life? Knowing that you're going to close your eyes and then open them back up. And in the past, you've been here in different spaces. You've been here during the civil rights movements. You've been here during certain times before. You've been here generations and time before. Every time you close your eyes, poof, you open. Close your eyes, poof, you open. Now you're here in the 21st century. You close your eyes, you open them, you come out of your mom's womb, you have consciousness. This is what we're talking about. The path of destiny number is for this space that you're in this way, with the name that you are assigned. What is the path you must walk here? While your soul urge, your soul vow, your soul number is what you carried throughout all the lifetimes, the gifts. Your outer personality number is how you present. This path of destiny number is in this space right now, what you're to do here. Now that you're here, right? So this number specifically can be modified with name changes, but the birth name destiny, we're going to go over just your birth name, not the modifications, not my Hayat Mayateru, not my Molechari, my Abha. No, the birth name I was given, the birth name destiny is always the power behind any change. So if you do change your name, it will still be the inherent foundational power because that was what was given to you. And this number will persist in its desire of expression throughout your life. Okay. So let us dive in with our soul number and calculating our soul number. First, before we do that, I want you to guess your numbers. For now, just guess your soul number. Just guess your soul number for now. How are you going to guess your soul number? Remembering that your soul number, is your real personality, the you that's only known to you. Think your urge here, your vibe. So I gave you some examples of what each number means, represents. Now, I do know that they're a little bit smaller on this end, but each number represents something different, right? And so I want you to just take a look to see, what do you think that your soul number is? Your soul urge, your the thing you naturally do without any, stimulation. And nope. It is not the entire. Oh, so when you say is it the entire name? What I am asking, okay. Andrea, unmute yourself and talk to me. What do you mean when you say is it the entire name?
When we're figuring out our soul numbers,
Yes.
is it our entire name?
Okay. So based on these instructions I've given you right now, is that what you're saying? Or just in general?
No,
Okay.
just
In general.
yeah.
Got
Or
you.
will it just be Andrea? You know what I mean?
Is it first, middle, last, or just
Great question. Great question. Thanks for clarifying. So when we get there, yes, for all three of your numbers, your soul number, your outer personality number, and your path of destiny number, it'll be taking into consideration your first, middle, and last name that you were given. If you weren't given a middle name, that's fine. If you're given multiple middle names, I've seen that a lot, especially in our community. It's that is also fine too. And full name. Yep, it will be your full name. Yep. So when we get there, we'll absolutely get there. But yes, it takes your full name when I was talking about names. So thanks y'all for the questions. Thanks, y'all. So right now we are guessing only our soul number, and we're guessing it off of the basis of these descriptions, right? So you can zoom into the camera, zoom into your Zoom. That's funny. Zoom in. And so do you think that your soul urge, your soul vow in this space is individuation, number one, independence, attainment, beginnings, leadership, right? Do any of those numbers resonate with you as your like, ooh, your natural vibe, like you do certain things? I'm going to go through the rest of them, and then we're going to go and start calculating just our soul urge, soul vow, our soul number. Number two, think cooperation, think maternal energy, think about understanding polarities because it's balance, right? Understanding polarities and being the harmony, the bread, the glue that brings things together. Think the peacemaker, think diplomacy. Number three, think self-expectations, your creativity, your play, your creation, your being, right? You think about being spotlight. This is your playful number. right? It's your creation number. Think social, sensitive, and artistic. That's that spotlight too sometimes. Number 4, think limitation. When it says limitation here, think structure, order, more so restriction, not really limitation. This is from Way to Astro, this specific graph. Think service, practical foundation, building blocks of discipline, right? Number 5, constructive, freedom. Think change for number 5. Think release for number 5. Think adaptability, fluidity for number 5. You don't see 4 or 5 on the screen, Lenora? Do you see the full screen? And if so, you might have just scrolled over a little bit. Okay, so I'm looking at the numerology chart. That's maybe what it is that you're not seeing. I'm looking at the numerology chart. So yeah, there's no 4 or 5 after these numbers. I'm looking at the numerology chart to the right. Yes. Yep. So you're going to guess what your soul number is based on the descriptions of each number. Remember, your soul number is your natural gifts that you brought here to this earth. What do you inherently do? Do you feel like your natural gift is a gift of freedom and versatility and adaptability? You're able to adapt. Do you feel like your gift is a number 6? The balance, responsibility, think nurture for number 6, care, protective. Okay. For number 7, 7 focuses on truth seeking, analysis, understanding, knowledge. It's very spiritual wisdom, and it can be very mysterious, very secretive in presentation, because you are going in, you are seeking wisdom, because we know the wisdom is in the astros. So the 7 is a truth seeker. Number 8, think material satisfaction, think power, abundance, get it done, follow through, think material success, but also think the tenacity, hard work to obtain everything. And it's you're the upper positions, right? You are typically in the upper positions, meaning that you have worked diligently, and there's nothing besides being up here that is even an option for you. Because of your hard work, you always raise to the top. That's a natural, if you're naturally inclined in that way, that's the 8 energy, right? Ambition, giving and receiving. It's like the infinity. All right. Number 9, humanitarianism, right? Selflessness, idealist. This is your generous number. They've really been through all the numbers. That's how numerology works. When you get to number 9, you have been through 1 through 2 through 3 through 4, because there is a process. And 9, you've experienced all the values of the different vibrations. And you're here like, I can give philanthropy. I can provide to others. I am generous, right? And so these are the numbers. So we're only guessing our soul inherent talent and vibe, our talent, our soul number. So before I ask you to put your number in the chat, when it comes to numerology, conceptually, that you can think of, scientifically, because all this is science, think of a dark black vacuum, a dark black vacuum. Just a vacuum. That's what this place, this space, this earth, this planet, this galaxy was. In the dark black vacuum, one ion presents itself. One ion. One. So that represents that individuation, that independence. I'm here. Now what? That one ion starts existing, another ion presents itself. This is literally the structure of all of the atoms and everything that's around us, y'all. Another ion presents itself. Now we have 2 ions. The 2 come together. So when we have 2 ions, it represents that coming together, the opposite, the opposing forces coming together. When we start having another ion that exists in the space, the 3rd ion, now that ion is like, hey, like, what else do we need to do here? Right? What else? because we already have the foundation of the independence for one, the pairing for two, and then for three, it's like, okay, socially, how can I go out? Number four is the structure and stability. Promotes the vibrations of the structure and the discipline, the order of the four ions, and starts creating shape. Four, you start creating shape with the ions. That's our material breakup. So we can move these numbers and so on, 5, 6, all the way to 9. We can break these things up based on the numbers that are all around us all the time. Everything's a unit of measurement. We have a certain number of atoms rubbing up side by side to create energy. Not create energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, but to identify energy. Energy can only be transmuted and transferred. It cannot be created or destroyed in this earth, on this plane. Okay. All right. So I would like for you all to put in the chat, what do you think your soul vow is? What are y'all's numbers? What do y'all think it is? And I will answer that question. So y'all put your numbers in the chat. What do you think y'all's numbers are? Are you saying that we have been all the numbers at one time? Great question, Cassandra. Great question. Not all of us have been all the numbers at the same time, at one time, but that's only one way of linear thinking, okay? Because you could be a 9, the completion, all the numbers, you could be a 9 for the outer personality number. So for your outer personality number, you've experienced all of those different aspects. For the soul number, you could be a 3. And I've only really experienced 1 through 2, or 1 and 2 to get 3. And now you're here presenting 3 in the best possible way you can present 3, right? You've already identified certain aspects. So, and it goes beyond just these numbers. It goes into ideas. It goes into concepts, as in like, hey, I had this idea to create a numerology workshop. Independence. I had to have the idea first. That's number 1. That's the vibration of 1. All right. So I need to pair it with something. I need to find what it is that's going to bring this thing together. Proof of concept, right? That's the 2 vibration, that balance of, okay, how am I now going to create? That's the next step. 3 is the follow through of the creativity, of the expression, of the numerology, of putting this together. 4, the order that has to come with the creation, the PowerPoint. Literally everything in our life continues going. 5, what is it that I need to change and release about what it is I've been already presented, right? What ideas do I need to incorporate? What do I need to let go of for this to be success? 6, how am I nurturing this project, this numerology workshop, right? What is coming up for me? How am I loving on it? Y'all, we can think about these numbers for ourselves, for anything. 7, the truth. I have to add truth facts into this, which is why I'm giving you all references. I'm going to give you all a reference for even where I'm coming from. 8, the power, the confidence, the knowing, the ambition to let's get it done. Let me promote this thing. Let's get it. 9, we're here. The concept is complete and we're here now. Okay? That's for ideas. That's for own personal life. You will see how numbers show up for you in different ways. So thank you for that question. So we have Denise saying a 3, Lenora saying a 7 or 8, Therese saying a 9. Let's get it. Shanika saying a 3. Okay, we have a couple 3s here. Alexis a 3, Cassandra 3, 7. Cassandra, okay, I'm 3 numbers that we're guessing. Listen, you said the odds will be in your favor. Andrea 6, Kim 6 or 7, honorable mention 3. Okay, not the same time, but throughout many lives. Yep. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna actually ask. I'm gonna ask on Kim. Actually, why do you say 6 or 7? Why do you say 6 or 7?
Give me a second. Let me zoom them.
Yeah.
So, 7, kind of because of my my work role. I'm a project manager, so that analysis, understanding, and knowledge. And the 6 because of the caregiving that I do. So I said 6 or 7, I don't know.
Your natural traits and talents for you being a project manager for that 7. Okay. And then for the natural nurturing for number 6. Can anybody tell me from what Kim just said, as a project manager, putting structure together, what else could her number be? If she's thinking about her project managing position, she's thinking about how she makes things happen and does them in a sequenced way, something that creates
4.
4, yeah.
hey, this is how we're looking at this thing too. So that's why I want you all to keep thinking and looking at your environments. The greatest book you'll ever read is about you. Always. Self-study. Always. Always. So let's see. Let's see if you all's numbers are correct and how you feel. Okay. 2, 6, 7, Emerald. Emerald. Okay. I'm about to keep going. Let's see if you got one of them. Okay, so we're about to start calculating. First explanation of calculating your numbers. We are going through Chaldean numerology. I know this CH is here, so we would think it would be, look at you, Cassandra, committing. I love it. We see CH and we think ch, but in this specific ancient society, the Chaldean society, they didn't acknowledge that H, okay? So it's pronounced Chaldean. They were around about 300 BC to 31 BC. That was their time frame. So it's an ancient civilization. Let me give you more context. Ancient Kemet, the civilization for ancient Kemet was around in 30, well, 3100. 3100, but now it's there are two numbers that spirit wants to keep talking to me about, but I've seen different things. So think you're 5500 BC. They overlapped the 300 to 300 BC that the Chaldean numerology is experiencing. So you have the ancient Kemet, before ancient Kemet of that 5000 BC. Before that was another civilization. Before that was another civilization. Before that was another civilization. So whatever we're able to learn about, we're not just like, hey, I'm learning it and I'm holding on to this. Y'all, I'm just sharing. Spirit's telling me to share. We are all connected with all these different aspects. So what is it that you are learning and adopting and understanding for yourself? How can you understand certain things for yourself? So ancient Kemet, 5500 to 6000 BC. The Chaldean society came up in 300 BC, and they overlapped. Why did Spirit want us to focus on, why did Spirit ask me to focus on the Chaldean numerology? Because this society focused primarily on connection to the sun, how numbers connected with our sun, the birth dates connected with your personalities and your missions. So even someone being born, they knew certain things based on the study of the stars, based on the study of the world around them. That was a foundation of their society. So they created this numerology system. Now, in this numerology system, you'll notice 9 is not present. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no 9 present. For this numerology system, doesn't mean that 9 doesn't exist, but when it comes to calculating our own personal analysis, they don't use the number 9. Why? They don't use 9 for calculating personal analysis because it's the number 9 is considered to be divine and sacred in essence. It is not assignable to numbers when it comes to personal analysis. 9 is seen as beyond the scope of earthly or personal analysis. So they only focus on 1 through 8, which are believed to represent the various aspects of human life and personality. So you can absolutely get 9 as any of your numbers. But when it comes to calculating, we're only calculating 1 through 8 because 9 is not considered it's very sacred, it's a very divine, it's a holistic number, and it's not associated with our earthly experiences and human values here. Okay. So you will go other places and see 9 being calculated. Like in this book of numerology, which we'll dive into with your interpretations, but I am going to tell y'all descriptions for sure. Okay. Once you get your number, I'm gonna tell y'all the descriptions. The descriptions come from this book, but these were 2 women, Faith Javane and Dusty Bunker, Numerology and the Divine Triangle. Powerful information in here. However, they did 1 through 9 when it came to their calculation. After me doing both of them, doing the 1 through 8, the Chaldean numerology versus the 1 through 9, this numerology they wanted me to add up, clear differences with what I resonate with, well, with what makes sense. Okay, so we're going to take the Chaldean numerology in this space, and we're going to calculate our numbers. Beautiful. All right. Don't worry about part 2 of 2. These are your soul numbers, your soul number instructions. Okay. Your soul number instructions. You are going to write your name all the way down, and I'm going to stop sharing. You're going to write your name all the way down the sheet of paper. Denise, welcome, Denise. Peaceful Greens, I ain't seen you before. Write your name down the sheet of paper. 1 letter for each line. Okay? You're going to write that, and then from there, you're going to assign a number to each of those letters in the following category, in the following column. Let me say those instructions again. So I want you to write down your full name down a sheet of paper. So don't look at draw a vertical line. You don't have to. You're writing your name. That could be your first column. You can draw a line. And then you're going to write the following numbers, the associated numbers beside each vowel. Thank you. We are only doing our birth name. So not our maiden name, not our married name, not any name anybody has given you. Your assigned name. So that's the name that someone gave you, your parents, but we're doing that one only, not anything else. First, middle, last name. Okay. If you have a Y in your name, a Y is considered to be a vowel when it's giving a vowel sound within the name. So think Lynn. Lynn is an example of a name that has a Y in it, and it serves as a vowel. Okay, so you would consider it to be a value in these contexts. The other letter I want you to consider is that W. The W is considered a vowel if it's in your name when it follows a D or a G because it carries a vowel sound. Okay, like Dwight or Gwendolyn. So if you don't have W or Y's in your name, do not worry about this. Don't worry about it at all. But if you do, that's what you're considering the W a vowel in these specific regards. You're considering the Y a vowel in those specific regards if it serves as a vowel in the name. Because think Avery at the end of that Y at the end would not serve as a vowel. Yep, first, middle, and last. Terica, yep. And I apologize. Can you briefly repeat? I skipped the letter D, right? So you're right now just writing down the numbers associated with the vowels. So we're not skipping any D's. What I was explaining is if you have a W in your name, then if it follows a D, then it can be considered a vowel. That's why I said D specifically. But if you don't have a W or a Y in your name, you don't have to worry about those being considered vowels right now. But we're only writing down the vowels in our name. Right? That's it. So you're going to write down the vowels. You're going to total the sum of the numbers at the bottom. That's why I asked you to have your calculators out. You're going to total the sum of the numbers at the bottom. And so let me know. Let me know when y'all are finished. Can you put that you're finished in the chat? The Y in Kimberly is not a Y. Right. Correct. Yeah. So don't. Great. Look at you. Perfect. Perfect. Yes. Thank you, Lenora, for sharing that you're finished. Whoever else is finished, you can put that in the chat because we're about to do this thing. Total the sums. If you have a 2-digit number, you're
Hold
now.
on.
Go ahead.
So you said now the Y
Mm-hmm.
considered a vowel when it is the only vowel in the syllable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kathy, that it is considered a vowel then.
Well, Kathy, the A would be the vowel in that, and the Y would not serve as a vowel in that space. So,
Oh,
mhm.
okay.
Yep. And when it's yes, because in that rule that you just said, the only vowel in the syllable, there's an A already in the syllable, and that serves
Right.
as the. And the other things I was explaining, like Avery, like the Y at the end, we're not counting that Y, just like Kimberly, who put it in the chat as well. So yeah, great question. Great
All
question.
right. Thank you.
Absolutely. 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 So we're finished. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So you have the double digits. Now add the double digits. So you're adding the first number and the second number to get another number, right? So say for instance, you have 43. You would add 4 plus 3, and that would give you 7. I'm putting that in the chat for y'all to see. So you have two digits in the number 43, 2 digits, not just one number like 7. If you have 2 digits in your total sum, right? If you have 2 digits in your total sum, you add those two numbers up. Got a little thumbs up from Xenia. Let's get it. Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad that y'all are in this space. So let me see right now. All of those who have your soul vowel numbers, the soul numbers, put them in the chat. Put them in the chat. What is your 1 digit worth of a number? Ooh, I see them coming through. Oh, this is so exciting because we're about to talk about what they mean, what they are. Let me see. What is this? What is it? Oh, Lenora. What now, Lenora? I don't know what that number is, or unless you're saying that kiss is like, is that 3? Ah, so about 8. Whoa, of course, Cassandra. Oh, this is diving in. I'm loving this. Okay. Yeah. For some of you that I've spent some time with and understand certain things about it, things do pop up and resonate and make sense. So my let me add it up to a 10. Yes, absolutely. It would be a 1. Great job. Great job. You keep reducing down till you get 1 digit. You keep adding those digits until you get 1. Beautiful. Did anybody when they start reducing, anybody get an 11, a 22, a 33, a 34? Y'all can put that in the chat if you did when you first added your numbers. 11, 22. Okay. So, but if you did you get an 11, 22? Okay. All right. Hold on to that, Cassandra, too. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Nice. Okay. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Oh, you got an 8? Nice. Okay. These are your inherent gifts. So let's talk about what they mean. Let's talk about what they mean. Let's talk about what they mean. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm going to fast forward. Remember, so I'm just going to quick reminder before we go into descriptions. This soul number comes from adding the vowels of the name. This is your real personality, the you that is only known to you and those who know you closely. Think soul vow, soul urge. what you have vowed to do on this planet, your inherent urge, the gifts and talents and insight you bring to all the worlds you've existed, all the lifetimes. This is what you, your inner secret self, desires to be because it's what you are. It desires to show and express it. So here we go. We have soul number one. Let's get it, Lenora. Okay. Soul number one. Leadership won in past lifetimes now brings a desire to continue striving for higher consciousness. Your desire for freedom and your independent thinking continues to occupy your innermost yearning. The intensity of your focus is firm, and the memory of self-glory from the past is so strong that you are apt to stand on your convictions, even though it can disrupt important relationships. Important relationships. Okay. So I'm saying this for Lenora, but I'm also saying this if everybody wants to screenshot these certain things, because you can do this with your family. You can do this with your friends. You can do this with people, right? And be like, okay, now that I know your soul number is this, that's gonna be the next stage of honor your presence. I'm giving y'all this information for y'all to soak it in. But we're also gonna start talking about if your soul number is a one, this leader, independent, okay, and mine is a four. I'm structured, I'm oriented. How do we work together? How do we mesh? What do I need to think about and consider when I communicate and I'm gonna exist around you? That's the next step we're going. But yes, soul number one is this. Did we have any soul number twos? Do we have any soul number twos? I don't think we did. Do we have any soul number twos? I don't think we did. No problem. No problem. That's perfect. You can screenshot it. I'm just going to do what we have. Okay. And I want to know if anybody was able to match theirs. Was anybody able to match theirs accurately? If that ain't me, geez. Okay, Lenora, we know. We understand this to be true. All right. We have a couple threes here. We have a couple threes. So for my soul number threes, no. Oh, Terica, let's go. Good job guessing your correct one. Lenora, nope, I get it. I feel it. This is important for us to understand. I love it. Number three, you are very conscientious in regarding to duty. You know that inspiration and imagination will bring the best results when used to help others. You seek happiness and find it when making others happy. What's important for you to do is to expand your ideals by dedicating yourself to the expression of good cheer and optimism. When your mind isn't focused and foundationed and anchored in that good cheer, the optimism, that vibe, you are off. You are off balance. You are off of your alignment. So that's important for you to understand. When you focus in these other spaces, everything else will dissipate. So balance practicality in how you work to make your dreams come true. Because if you're this optimistic, happy, you are focusing in these ideals of cheer, good cheer, and optimism. Sometimes that can focus in on a less tangible form of work because it's just about the feelings and the understandings of what makes the most sense of the higher ideal, the brighter side of certain things. Your advice and insight is to practice practicality in how you work to make your dreams come true, to balance that those natural vibes of where you're naturally going with this good cheer optimism. Okay, now we got to bring it back to earth. How can we now put these things together? Because it's really easy for us to practice pessimism and all these things that the world wants us to, but because you are practicing in this space and we have to balance. We have to balance in this space. Okay. Um, Number four. Yes, Cassandra. Number four. Ew. I'm a number four.
You are too.
I am. As you can tell, and I am yoga. As you can tell in certain spaces, I'm trying to get the information, the structure, and everything that I'm around. That's my inherent gift. I structure things. And so do you. Um,
I
you
guess I do, but I don't feel as good about it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't, sometimes I feel like it's an area where I struggle, but I guess I I am better at it than I believe that I am.
Everything's gonna be about perspective. And
Yeah.
everything's going to be also be about how you lean into your natural orientation.
Yeah.
Sometimes we are distracted and pulled by other values.
There you
So
go.
this is this to you, Cassandra, and to all of us, this is the balancing and the recalibration. So you can see what you inherently are. You've had it already. It's the
Mhm.
secret inside. It's
Mhm.
already been here and it's been showing up and bleeding out in different aspects. But this
Mhm.
is your confirmation to be like, yes, this is what I do. Let's get it. Let's get
Yeah, I can understand it. It's why I'm given the opportunities I have been given.
mm-hmm. Ashe, ashe, ashe.
I think that's what's happening.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, we are very well organized. A trait that could bring us material success,
Yeah.
which that's not always, I'm not always so organized, but that's something I naturally lean into. So I have to place intention towards leaning into that. So practicality permeates our being, and one could set a pattern after our well-ordered program of living. Our loyalty, balance, and dependability mean a lot to those around us. We take matters seriously, whether business or romantic, and can therefore make our dreams come true in a planned, practical way. When somebody sees this about us, when someone understands, y'all are all understanding what a four is now, you can know how to speak to people. You can know how to understand. You can list out a certain type of order. You can say certain words where our ears will perk up naturally. Even if it doesn't perk up here, it perks up here in our hearts. So this is the beauty of this, okay? Do I have any fives? Do I have any fives? I don't think so. I don't think so. Do I have any sixes? I'm looking. You're a five,
I
Therese?
I think I'm a 5. Yes,
Oh,
I'm a 5, sorry.
wonderful, wonderful. Soul number five, you claim the right to freedom. It will not allow any limitations of your ideas or ways of thinking. Variety and of self-expression is essential. Variety of self-expression is essential. I'm gonna take a pause. Everybody hear what these different numbers are because you will see other people in these numbers. That's how you're able to communicate and connect better and more aligned. Anywho, number five, Therese. Travel is one of your soul's desires since you believe it to be educational and broadening. You would feel dull and restless without the stimulation of changes and new outlooks. It's very interesting. So I see you smiling and nodding. Okay. So it does resonate with you in your space. Okay, beautiful. We're gonna talk about at the end, everybody's gonna be able to share, their own takeaways from this experience. So thank you. Thank you so much in this space for sharing that. You're 5'2", Denise. Nice, 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 nice. It's kind of hard to keep going up and scrolling to see different things. I think we had threes and sevens. Okay, so we didn't have any sixes. That's perfect. That's fine. So number seven, my number sevens. Y'all typically can be quiet, reserved, a good thinking, or good thinker is what it should say. A good thinker, analyzer, and mediator. Y'all need peaceful environments and become irritable if your environment is noisy or chaotic. You are refined, sensitive, secretive, mysterious, I will add, and usually psychic. Pause. These are words from this book written by two non-melanated women. We are all psychic. Just putting that out here. It's what type of psychic we are. Clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient. Do you clairvoyant? Do you see clearly? You can see things. Clairaudient, can you hear clearly? Meaning, can you hear something that other people might not be able to hear? We all do telepathy. That's why I could look at Therese and really even feel her energy before she started smiling. I could see her resonance. I could feel it. We all have these powers. Are you clairsentient? You clearly feel. So my soul number sevens are usually psychic, but they kind of tap into their powers a little bit more because they're very much inward sometimes. Thinkers, analyzers. Your true nature is to be calm, to develop depth of character, and thus you all benefit humanity through philosophy, through your shares, through your understandings of truth, not just what's presented to you. Y'all always go beyond what's presented to you because you all tap into those psychic powers of feeling that, no, you have not told me the full. You have not told me the fullness. You have not. So those are my soul number sevens. My soul number eight, I saw we had a couple. Ambition is your key word. You believe in accomplishment and let no obstacle deter you from attaining your goal. If you have let an obstacle deter you from attaining your goal, you are not in alignment with your soul number eight. You are the one who will tackle a big job in order to raise above the crowd, to rise above the crowd and arrive at the pinnacle. You have the ability to organize large groups and undertakings. You have the ability. So my eights that don't want to be in the spotlight, you are not operating in your divine alignment. Because as soon as you get in the spotlight, you'll click and go da-doom, doom, doom, da-doom, doom, da-doom, if you haven't already felt that, okay? Others expect more of you, so you must rely on your inner self to guide you to stay at the top. Others will absolutely expect more of you because of how you present yourself as you always rise. You are a leader in that capacity too, right? So thinking about that, and I think we have one soul number 9. Great. Intuition is strongly active in your life. You are sensitive and imaginative and can think in abstract terms. Spirit's telling me to take a pause. There is no right or wrong number. Being a 1 is not terrible from being in comparison to being a 9, is what I'm saying. They're all spectrums. It's just up to us to know where we are in the spectrum because life is continuous. We close our eyes, we wake up, close our eyes and wake up, close our eyes and that's the thing. Our bodies die, we wake up to a new life. Our bodies die or we wake up to a new life. That's what I mean when I say that, okay? So coming back, my number 9s. Although you may appear vague at times, you are extremely impressionable, compassionate, and generous. You are kind and forgiving with an expansive consciousness dedicated to uplifting the humanity. Sometimes the people that are soul number 9s, you're in the form of a master, not master slavery. That we have to change our thinking, right? Master, expert, skilled, beyond skilled, excellent, a master from a previous lifetime. So it's going to also be important to know what you have mastered too. So you have done these different things. You have also gone through the different numbers. So you, that master, would have seen and experienced a lot of different things. So that's why they're saying, yep, if you're back here, what's up? What's going on? And what do you have to contribute to this humanity? Okay. All right. Those numbers specifically we were provided. You're not gonna have to see those numbers yet. By this reference. Reference is this book. The descriptions were in this book. Remember, this book does not provide the accurate calculation. They use the 9 to calculate. That's the only thing that's a little bit not, right? And we know who now the authors are, which, could be the connection, could not be the connection. Who knows? But we know who the authors are. We know what they didn't use. They did not use Chaldean numerology. Okay. With that being said, this is where I'm getting the readings, and there's more. There's so much more. I just took a couple bullets out. Okay. Powerful insight, powerful information. This is the reference. All right. Beautiful. I'm going to stop share because I want to hear from you all about, does your number, your soul urge, the talents that you naturally inherently do, does it resonate? Does it make sense? And what do you glean? What are your takeaways? Like, what is coming up for you now that you've understood certain things to be true? So feel free to unmute yourselves and share.
Hello, this is Zenya. How are you?
Oh, well, Zenya, peace.
So I am a number 7. I didn't even guess that. I didn't even guess the number 7. But as you were describing it, I really did resonate with it because of the mediator piece. I cannot stand just unpeaceful spaces. And I want everyone to be well. I, 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 I thrive off of that. So it's definitely important to me, and I plan on doing more research and looking more into it. But peace is something that I am I look for. Chaos causes such just a unnerving feeling. So being that mediator, I see myself like that in my family and in other spaces that I'm in. So I thought that was insightful. I appreciated that.
Beautiful. And you being a 7, appreciating the peace and the calm and how you respond to chaos will be very different than a 5. 5 operates in fluidity. So we can see the chaos, or not we. I have 5 in my chart. We'll talk about that later. But we have vibrations. That's why I was talking to Cassandra. Like we have certain numbers everywhere. So it's not, so we are all the numbers in certain regards, in certain capacities. Anywho, my 5 soul urges, my soul numbers, y'all can look at that same chaos and be like, okay, let's step into the chaos. And what are we getting done here? Because y'all's power is fluidity and change and adaptability. So
It's me. I'm a 5. That's my thing.
go ahead, Denise. Go ahead. Can you repeat? I'm sorry. Can you repeat from the beginning? Go ahead.
I said it's me. I'm the 5. I operate in the chaos, and and I love it. And I'm fluid, and I travel, and I love change and shaking things up to what they're supposed to be and things like that.
Mhm.
You don't have to forgive me. I'm also at work.
Listen, we appreciate your presence. Give thanks for your share, Denise. Give thanks. Does anybody else want to share their experience, what's coming up? Go ahead, Therese. Therese and then Andrea. Oh, Andrea's how you muted. I'm sorry.
Thank you for this. Like I have never kind of explored numerology before. It's come up in spaces that I've been a part of. So this was just like so eye-opening for me in so many ways, and I love it. I'm really into astrology, so it was just like something else that I really am gonna like explore more and just take in. I when you gave like the guess your number, I was not thinking of a 5 at all. So it was very surprising that I came up as a 5. And then when you were describing it, I was like, oh yeah, that's totally me. I do feel like there are some aspects of a 5 that are me, but like maybe I am still kind of like growing into like the travel. Like I do travel, but there's like places that I like really really want to go, and like there's a part of me that's like very like nervous about going to some of those places on my own. So I am hoping that I like kind of grow into like this confidence of being like a worldly traveler and going to these like spaces that I normally wouldn't go, especially like on my own. And then yeah, so that was it.
Beautiful, beautiful. And your other numbers will inform even your viewpoint on travel right now.
Mhm.
So we still have more to even understand, right? We always have more to understand. But then what about our environment that has these thoughts, this resistance? What about our DNA that is called? So it's the constant self-exploration. Your greatest book you'll ever read is yourself. So thank you for that share.
Thank you for this space.
Of course, of course. And of course, this is part 1, so I'll go over the next number during the next free monthly series. So I'll keep y'all posted about that, of course. So Andrea, talk to me.
Hi, I am a number 7, and as I read it, it is exactly who I am. I often wondered why I call it chaos, but it's actually noise. It actually makes me very irritable, nervous, um, and chaos being just a lot of loud noise, my grands running around and things like that. That just really, it irritates me. Sit down. you know, um, I am. I enjoy peace. I never really thought of all of this, but because I was thinking I was more of a six. But then when I think about what you said about we have moved through those numbers, and so um, the seven, it fits me. It fits me. I do. It says my true nature is to be calm. Um, I struggle with that. Um, so yeah, yeah.
Exploration, exploration. And these, y'all, are just blips of also just certain points that I brought out. So it's so interesting. Even thinking about going back to the number five with Therese, their travel is one of the things, but there's other things that were involved for you right now, Andrea. You talking about calmness being your nature. So what does that mean? If calm is your true nature and we're not aligning or feeling, what does that mean? So what can we ask ourselves about that? Because no, we don't like chaos and noise and certain things that make it gives us a visceral reaction as opposed to other numbers. That those are their signature numbers now in this lifetime, right? So continuing the questioning. So thank you, Andrea.
And I'm thinking the calmness
Mm.
in my eyes, I'm looking at many times I have gotten better, but I tend to worry. And so that creates the uncalmness, uncertainty, which creates the all of that type stuff, anxiety, chaos, all of that type stuff. I just talking through it just now, that is what came up for me.
Beautiful. So, love how you attach that, remembering that worry is not of us. Worry is something that was imposed of us. When we came out of our mother's womb, we did not have worry. We didn't have not have shame, guilt, worry, doubt, fear, all the things. We didn't have these things. So, this is saying your true nature is calm. So, anything that takes you out of that is something to be evaluated. Yes. Worry is not a thing. We create it to be a thing. Anybody else would like to share in this space?
I'm gonna try. Can you hear me?
And
Okay, so sorry if you get any ambient noise. But I thought mine was pretty interesting because I also did not come anywhere near a one. But as you read it, I was like, so many of those parts are me. And I think about like the comfortability I have in being able to sometimes stand alone. So I used to question, like, why are my relationships with people different than others? But I also looked at it as more of a strength, like having the ability to separate what serves and having the ability to separate, like, if myself and someone else like they don't align, or we touch base, I'm able to figure out like, oh, this is the kind of relationship that best serves us being connected and together. And sometimes I'm put in the position to be the person asking the questions or holding accountability. And so I think just kind of hearing that, I was like, so when you read it out, I was like, oh yeah, that's totally me for sure. So how can we, how does this resonate? And I just was like, wow, that's super powerful. So I also would like to say I appreciate you doing this because it just adds clarity into what we think we are, but maybe internally how we show up, or maybe how we want to be in the world. So big thanks for this class today.
absolutely, absolutely. I know you all, it is 1:15 right now. This workshop goes from 12 to 1:15. I do want to continue on holding space for anyone else that wants to share, gain insight, gain questions. Before though, and I'm going to ask everyone else, whoever wants to hop off, you're more than welcome to. I honor time here. I do want to share before anyone who's deciding to hop off leaves. I give thanks for y'all's presence. whatever I learn, I'm sharing with you all. You all are part of my community, my healing community now. So I will continue providing these free monthly workshops. So every month I'll have a different topic. Next topic, we'll go over the outer personality number, which is also a very powerful number to understand because people start expecting things from you because it's how you present, right? And so I can't wait to tell y'all mine. I wonder if y'all can guess mine. That's the thing. Y'all probably, it'll be difficult to guess a soul number, okay? But to guess an outer personality number is how other people see you. So y'all might be able to guess mine and be like, oh, that's you. But I'd be like, why y'all doing this? Why y'all putting me in this position? Like, I don't want this. Like, that's not me. I'm a what? I'm a 4. Let me structure something. Okay. So thank you all. I can't wait to see you all potentially there the next time, as well as Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, I'm doing a Wellness Wednesday sequence on Riz Radio. So a radio segment. It's showing live on YouTube. You all, I have these natural deodorants as well that I utilize. I've been making them for my family and myself, and I finally decided to put them out for everyone else to use. So that's what you see in those newsletters, a little jar that says Honor Your Presence Natural Deodorant. It lasts for 3 months. Mine that I just finished lasts me for 4 months. So ultimately, it's just 4 pure ingredients, the 5th being love. So if you want to explore that, feel free. Also, if you want Kemetic Reiki certifications or just insight about different aspects, numerology is associated with the Kemetic Reiki system as well. So just any questions, and if you want to partner, I travel, I'm here. I'm just here to support, especially Black women. That's what hype does. Honor your presence. That's what hype does. So give thanks for you all. Thank you, Zinnia. Thank all of y'all. Whoever else wants to share, I am here. Otherwise, I will see all my newsletters. I'll see y'all. Y'all can call in on Riz Radio. Be like, I found out I'm this number. And what does that mean for today? Because this numerology day is a 5, because y'all know how to reduce numbers. We'll talk about dates and stuff later on. So, you have options. Who else wants to share?
I'll share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone else, you're more than welcome to leave. Please stay if you would like. Go ahead, please.
I thought I was a 3 and I went back and I'm counting all my numbers and stuff. But then you showed 5 and I the travel was there and I love to travel. So I was like, why am I not a 5? Then you showed number 8, which is my number. And I was like, that's me. The 8 was ambition, like, the organizing. It's almost like being seen as the leader. And I thought that was interesting because another woman had mentioned being a project manager, and I'm a project manager too. And I didn't initially, when we looked at the high level descriptions of the numbers, I didn't think project manager was in 8. But then when you dove into the soul number descriptions, I thought that's definitely a project manager. And it's just definitely my personality to begin with. And one of the biggest things when you talked about it's like you're always put into the role of being the leader, which I feel like with my family, it's always like that. So I was relieved, and I definitely agree with number 8. The one thing I wanted to ask you, because this kind of ties into my zodiac sign, which is Capricorn, which is also like take charge, leader, go. And I wanted to ask you, is there any correlation between astrology and numerology, or is it, and like moon sign, lunar signs, solar signs, and your inner, your outer? So that was gonna be my question for you. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. And thank you, Andrea. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for the love. Absolutely, there are correlations. Absolutely. Just like Therese was talking about how she focuses in on astrology and that specific science. Everything is governed by where we were located when we were born, the planets, the stars, everything is located and foundationally located. It's numerology. Because, like that black vacuum where the ions were created, this all was created from numbers. numbers of substance, right? We are created from numbers of substance. And when we take our specific time frame and our astrology, our cosmic placement, it all goes hand in hand. So yes, so that is what you are calling to yourself to understand more about. And I'm a big Capricorn energy over here too. So you'll see how they show up in your outer personality number as well as your path of destiny number as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you will see that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
I,
that's
I
inspiration.
can't wait until the next workshop. Thank you so much.
I'm excited. Yes, yes, yes. Anyone else want to share? Go ahead, Emerald.
You're never getting rid of me. I don't know why you were doing all of these things. Oh my God. The number 8, I am a number 8 too. And I could never see why I keep being in that leadership role as well. And I'm like, I'm not a leader. I'm not a leader. Why? But yeah. And you talked to me about in your power. Duh. Okay, I'm accepting it. I see it. This was right on point. I'm seeing it and I'm accepting it.
It's
So
your natural gift.
it is.
Gift you brought across lifetimes. When you denounce it, you will have distrust, worry. You will have difficult times forgiving people for putting things on you. This is what you do.
Yeah.
Give
Thank
thanks.
you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else want to share or have any questions in this space? Y'all are awesome. I give thanks. You will see the next monthly workshop in your newsletter. So stay on the lookout for the hype newsletters that come out weekly. I do about 1 or 2 emails per week, but there'll also be some love and numerology things in there as well, just tips and things. I have 2 questions. So let me get Terica and then I'll get you, Therese. Is that okay? Okay, go ahead, Terica.
So I just wanted to share. Um, at first, I was second guessing the 7, and I think it was because someone shared earlier that they had put it because of they were thinking about the work part of themselves, and so I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm just like too connected with work, and maybe that's not me. But after you read it, I'm just like, oh my God, that is me. Quiet, analyzer. I'm definitely a mediator. A lot of people come to me to like help me think through this. And I resonate too when you said usually psychic. In these last couple of years, I've just like started to really realize some of like my spiritual abilities. So I see so many things that like come up, or I can just like see things before they happen. And I'm just like, oh wow. So, and of course the calm. 9 times out of 10, I'm just very just chill and calm. So yeah, it just to me, I was like, okay, let me stop second guessing myself that it's me. Um, and maybe stop trying to embrace other things as maybe not me. So yeah, and I appreciate you for this class. I have enjoyed it.
Give thanks. Give thanks. And yes, tap into the power that you naturally have. We all have these powers. And Terica as a 7, and we have a couple other 7s. Lean, your natural gift is this space. You don't have to work a little extra harder like me, for instance. I might have to work a little extra harder to sit inside and be with self, but your natural orientation is to analyze and to sit with self and to be truth seeking. That means imagination is prevalent for you as well because this world is 3D. It's a 3D world. You are able to naturally see things in different ways that I would have to be like, okay, let me try a little extra hard, but I can get there. We all can. But I appreciate you and I appreciate your presence. Therese,
Wendy.
of course, of course.
I just had a quick question. So I found out through about this because they posted it on the 300 Google Classroom for I Am Yoga. Um is will I now that I signed up, will I kind of get other emails or your newsletter offerings? Do I need to go to a specific site to sign up?
You are locked in.
Okay.
Everybody that comes to these registration links, I'll be like, boop, let me put you there. Boop. It's
Okay,
check out
thank
Honor Yoga.
you.
Of course. Where you would sign up, though, for everybody's reference would be on Honor Your Presence's website. So if you want to check out honoryourpresence.com, you definitely can. But you are locked into the newsletter that will directly take you there. Give thanks. Anyone else?
Yes, I must say I love this class, and I really like the number astrology and all of that good stuff. And I thought I was a 3 too, because well, 3 is like my favorite number. It always has been, but I'm operating in some chaos right now, so it makes sense. And I'll definitely be back to for the next classes that come up. Hopefully, I won't be at work. I'm gonna watch the replay of this as well. But thank you so much for listening.
And definitely watch the replay if you're at work for sure. Everybody's gonna get a recording that was on this line for sure. Everybody who registered, period, will get a recording. So if you're not on the line, you'll get a recording. And 3 may show up in other spaces for you. It may.
It is well, it's my life path number.
You get what I'm saying? That's just one thing. So I wonder that 3 could also be a 6 somewhere else, also be a 9 somewhere else. That's also how numerology works. The reducing, the multiplication. It's a very intricate and loving system. And there's a lot of nuance in it. So can't wait to see your other numbers.
Me too. I can't wait for your next class. Thank you.
Of course. Dua in the comedic space means you. Dua. Anyone else want to share? Y'all, this has been lovely. I give thanks for y'all. I'm here if you need me. I'm a licensed clinical social worker by trade too, and a yoga instructor and a yoga teacher trainer and a comedic Reiki teacher and trainer, healer. So if you want to connect, I am here. You all have my email address. Y'all have a lovely Saturday. Enjoy the sun. And I will see you all later on. Peace. Oh, and if you want to, you can definitely follow Honor Your Presence on IG. That would be helpful for me in my algorithms. Yes.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you. Peace.